Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marte. I come from Norway and I love makeup, especially indie makeup and sparkly makeup. But today I'm actually going to show you guys my fragrance collection, because lately I've been getting so much more into fragrance. I think it's been like 1 or 2 years ago since I really started to get more interested in it, and I just thought maybe I would try to make some content on my channel about it as well. So what better way to introduce fragrance on my channel than to go through my whole collection? And I figured it would be also a good idea for me to just talk about which ones I like and which ones I don't necessarily love that much, just so that if you are watching my future videos on fragrance, you know my preferences and maybe you know if we have the similar taste in fragrance or not, because fragrance can be so different for everyone. So I will not get way too much into the different notes of every perfume, and I'll try to keep it as short as I can, but I don't know how long this video is gonna be. When I look in front of me now, I think I might have like 100 perfumes here, so maybe I'll have to split it up in 2 parts. If so, I will pop it up on the screen right now. I will try to go through the different fragrances I have based on brands, and I do also have quite a few perfumes from different dupe brands, and I will do those last. The first brand I'm gonna start with is actually Lush Cosmetics. I used to work there about a year ago actually, and that's mainly why I got so many of their perfumes. Mostly I do have body sprays, but I do have 3 perfumes. So this one is a tester that I got once the store I worked in shut down, and it's American Cream. It's just a very like fluffy strawberry milkshake kind of scent. It's very light in my opinion and more of a skin scent, I would say, but it's very beautiful and very soft, so I do like this one. The next one I have from Lush is Turmeric Latte, and I bought this with a discount I had as an employee, and this is so worth it. It's such a cozy scent. It's very strong, very sweet, but it just feels like a very hot beverage on a cold day. This is just so perfect and cozy. I really love this one. But it's definitely not for anyone who does not like sweet scents, because this is very sweet. The last actual perfume I have from Lush is called Junk, and this one surprised me a bit because this one has like sage, which almost smells a bit like licorice to me, and I don't like licorice. But this one is just so fresh and beautiful, and I think it's black currant that is also in this perfume, which is just one of my favorite notes. I love plum, I love black currant, I love peach, and this one is just very fresh, spicy and green, but still being sweet. So I really enjoy this one, but it's not something I usually wear outside. It's more something I wear just for myself, but it doesn't mean that you can't wear this outside. I just think that this one is not for everyone, but I definitely love this one. Now for the body sprays I have from Lush, I have 7 of them I think. This one is Fun Times. It's like an orange body spray, but it's like orange fizzy candy kind of. It's very powdery and very sweet, but I really like it. It's just not something I really reach for a lot, and this was a Christmas release from Lush I think 2 years ago, but I like it. Then we have Let the Good Times Roll. I love this scent. I do have it in a facial cleanser as well, and they actually just launched a body lotion, so I did get that one too. And this scent is just buttery popcorn is kind of what they say, but for me I think it's more like cookie dough, almost cookie dough with a little bit of caramel or something. It's just very sweet and really nice, and it is quite strong. So if you buy the body sprays from Lush, you're going to notice that all of them are basically like perfumes. They're not something you should spray a lot of times. They're very potent, but for me this is basically like caramel, maybe like burnt or toasty caramel, and I love it. It's so nice. Another body spray that I love from Lush is the Comforter. It's just a very cozy, comforting, sweet scent. It has mostly cassis in it, which is what you smell the most. It just, like, a customer once told me that this one smelled like her mom's garden during summer once she's like picking berries and stuff. It's super, super warm and cozy and sweet, and quite fruity of course, but this one I really like a lot. Next up is Rose Jam. This is just one that I like. I think it's really beautiful, but it's so strong. It's like I once sprayed one spray of this and I mixed it together with my Baccarat Rouge dupe, and someone at work was like, who is burning scented candles, because it's so strong. And I was so embarrassed, so I never used it after that, but I do really like it. It's very like rose jam, like the name. It's very fruity and it's very strong. It smells a lot of rose, but it's also very sweet. So this is just what I like, and it's probably better as a room spray. But yeah, that is Rose Jam. Next up is Twilight. I love this one. It's from the Twilight series from Lush, or the Sleepy series. They call them both Twilight and Sleepy. It's the same kind of lavender scent. This also has tonka in it, so it's very sweet and very cozy. And this one I don't necessarily spray on myself, but I spray it on my bed before I go to sleep. And it's supposed to make you sleepy when it's lavender in it. But this one had to grow a bit on me before I liked it, but once I started liking it, I just started loving Twilight and Sleepy. It's a very feminine kind of lavender scent, so I love this one. Lord of Misrule is also one that really had to grow on me. It has a lot of patchouli in it and it's very spicy. It's a warm, spicy green scent. It also has black pepper and warm vanilla, and the vanilla is what essentially got me with this one. I think it's a very interesting scent, and I do have this one in a perfume as well, but I do have the body spray, and it's a lot. It's 200 milliliters in each of these, and they perform as if they were perfumes. So I do really like this one, but it's definitely not for everyone. Last but not least, from Lush, we have my absolute favorite body spray from them, and this is maybe one of my top 5 or 10 scents all time, no matter which brands. This is Avocado Co-Wash, and this has, I don't know how to pronounce it in English, but Litsia Kubeba. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but it's just a super citrusy, sweet, delicious scent. I think it's quite gourmand, and it's very sweet and tart. And this one is just one of those scents that are so addictive to me. It's like I can go and smell it the whole time. And I've also gotten a lot of compliments on this. It's probably one of my most complimented perfumes. And it's just so potent. It's very strong, so you just need 1 or 2 sprays maximum, and it will last the whole day as well. So that is a super amazing scent from Lush that I love so much. Now I'm just going to show these to you right now. These are from Britney Spears. I don't even remember the names. I think this is Midnight Fantasy and Fantasy, isn't it? This is way too sweet. I've had this since I was probably like 13 or 14 years old, and I have used quite a bit of it, but it's just not something I ever see myself reaching for. This one, I've gone through a few bottles of it as a teenager, but this is also just too sweet for me now. It's the kind of sweet that is just a little bit cloying to me, but I do like it when I smell others wearing it, so it's not like I never could wear it again, but I don't know, it's a good scent, but definitely not me anymore. I also actually got the Christina Agera scent quite recently, and that was just a blast from the past. I just remembered loving this one and I just had to get it, and I do still really like it. It's kind of like a sexy feminine scent, but I do feel like it's feminine but leaning towards unisex, because it has something in there that is definitely just a little bit more unisex, but I do think it's a feminine perfume. And it doesn't really last that long, but I don't know, I like it. Now I really want to talk about the Kayali ones. I have 3 Kayali scents. This is Vanilla 28. This has been kind of like a roller coaster for me, because at first I liked it, then I didn't like it that much because I felt it was too masculine, and now I really like it again. I just find it to be a very boozy vanilla, and it's very strong, and I love to layer this one with other scents, and I just think it's kind of like a staple in any kind of fragrance collection. It's definitely just like a grown-up vanilla, and I'll say I love it now. This one I actually just got a few days ago. It's the new Kayali Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar 42, and a lot of people were saying it was quite similar to the Vanilla 28, but I don't necessarily think it's that similar. Of course, it's the same DNA as Vanilla 28, but this is a lot more feminine. It's a little bit younger, but still not juvenile, and you definitely get a lot of that bubblegum, sweet candy kind of notes in this one, but I still don't find that it's overly sweet. I just think it's more like a sweet scent for grown-up people, and it's a very beautiful scent, and I've seen other classify this as like a safe blind buy, and I would say so. I did blind buy it myself, and I like it a lot. I think I would say I love it, at least because it's like a scent I see myself reaching for a lot, so definitely a really nice scent, and the bottle is beautiful. It has a lot of shifts. Oh my god, and I completely forgot that I do have this sample with nearly nothing left from Silk Santal from Kayali. Oh, it's so good. I wish I could buy this bottle. Oh, it's just so sweet and comforting and just elegant and beautiful. It's just such a beautiful scent. This is like one I would say is a safe blind buy. It's just very people-pleasing and just so stunning. Last scent from Kayali is this 10 milliliter sample or bottle of the Yum Pistachio Gelato 33, and I'm a little bit like meh about this fragrance. I think it's nice, but I feel like on me it's just not that good. I feel like it's a bit too green on me, but I mean, smelling it now, it smells really nice, so maybe it just needed some time to macerate. But I suppose I could categorize this as a perfume that I like, but it's just not the best scent for me. Next up, I'll just go through my body sprays quite quickly. I have the Wonderstruck by Taylor Swift, or it's called Enchanted Wonderstruck. I don't know if there's a lot of different ones. I think it's very nice, but it's very sweet and a little bit juvenile. It's fruity, it's very feminine, it's nice, but it's not something I ever reach for. But I guess I need to try it more again because it's a long time since I used it. Then I have a bunch from Victoria's Secret. This one is Temptation. As you can see, I haven't used a lot of it. It's a lot of apple in this. It says Luscious Apple Desert Flower. So obsessed. I think it's a very beautiful scent. It's very feminine and sexy, but it's a more of a green kind of apple, and I prefer very sweet scents or more gourmand scents. This is more like a floral apple scent to me. But I know that my partner, he really likes this one when I wear it, so it's a beautiful scent. It's just not my personal preference. And it's the same with this one, Vanilla Lace from Victoria's Secret. It's just like, this is way too sweet. I think it's too sweet. It's a lot of vanilla in it, but it's just a little bit too much for me. It's almost cloying, but I feel like I could get away with wearing it and not being like, oh my god, who is that who smells so sweet and disgustingly sweet. But it's just not something I reach for, especially with all of the different perfumes I have in my collection now, but I'm still keeping it. But then we have my favorite body spray from Victoria's Secret. It is Amber Romance, and this one I've already gone through a bottle. I used to wear this after work for maybe a few years, and I always got compliments, and I used to work at a restaurant with like a grill and everything, so you would smell it. But when I used this one, I got compliments after work just because of this body spray. It's so good. It's basically like a sweet amber scent that is a little bit fruity, but not super fruity. It's mostly just amber and sugar, I guess, but it's a very, very beautiful body spray. I do also have quite a few body sprays from Sol de Janeiro, and I really like all of them. This one is the original scent, and it's very nice. It's just not something I reach for too much, but I love this. It's so, so delicious. And I feel like all of the Sol de Janeiro body sprays are very perfect for summer, especially. I do have the Cheirosa 68, which is supposedly quite similar to Baccarat Rouge, but this one was just so powdery to me and very medicinal to begin with, so I didn't like it. I was like, oh my god, why did I buy this? Because I blind bought it. But it grew on me because now I really like it. It's just, again, not something I reach for a lot, but it's a very good one. Then we have my absolute favorite body spray. I think my favorite of all the body sprays I have. Maybe even my favorite from the Lush ones too, because this is Cheirosa 40 and it's just amazing. It's super fruity, it's so juicy, it's very sweet and light. It's just so good. It's very addictive to me. It's just something in this that is just like, I have to smell it. It's so, so good. So this one I definitely recommend you to try. And then I have the Cheirosa 71. This one is extremely sweet. This is not something I would wear in public, but it's so good though. It smells like it literally smells like pastry, some vanilla pastry or something. It's so sweet. It's a bit of coconut in it. It's, at least that's what I'm getting, and it says caramelized vanilla and macadamia. And it's just super delicious, but it's not something I would wear outside. It's just something I would wear if I want to like just smell super delicious and gourmand. Oh, I completely forgot this one too from Sol de Janeiro. This is one of their newer ones. It's called After Hours and it has Midnight Jasmine and Amber Woods. I think it's very beautiful. It just reminds me of something that I don't necessarily love that much, but when I use it, I think it's very nice. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's this one it reminds me a little bit about. I don't know, it's not my favorite from Sol de Janeiro, but it's not something like I would never use, so I'll still keep it. And then I have a few bottles of Escara. This one is the Cherry in the Air, and I almost have used the whole bottle, and I don't think they sell this anymore, but I actually have one that is nearly exactly the same as this one from a new brand. But I love this one. I used it so much, especially during summer. It's a very summery scent to me. The other one I have from Mascara is this huge bottle of Sorbetto Rosso, and this one is supposed to be a watermelon scent, and it definitely smells like watermelon. It's quite fresh, but it's just a little bit, I don't know, it's kind of too sweet. I don't know, it's just not my preference anymore. But I do like it. It's just not something I see myself wearing, but it's a good perfume. Now I'm like on the perfume tray with perfumes that I've had for years and years and years. Here we have the Laura Biagiotti, and it's just called Laura, and this one is so delicious to me. It smells like creamy, sweet, white flowers, a little bit of green notes too, I think, and it's just so nice. And I definitely see myself purchasing another bottle of this once I finish this one, but I don't really use it that often, so I probably won't finish it very soon, but it's a very good scent. Next I actually have Chance by Chanel. This is the Eau Fraiche, and I think they have this in different colors, but this is the green one, and I don't know what's happening with it. It looks as though it's leaking underneath and rusting up the metal. I've had this for so long, and I always think, what was I thinking when I purchased this? Because I was very young when I purchased this, because every time we went on a vacation I was allowed to buy one perfume, and I have no idea why I bought this, because this is not a very juvenile scent. But I mean, it smells nice, but it smells more like a citrusy unisex scent to me, and I don't really see myself using this, especially if it's looking like it's going bad now. I don't know. And the next two here are actually from Replica, and I have Autumn Vibes and By the Fireplace. These are a bit too unisex for me again. I feel like By the Fireplace I could use with some vanilla scents or some more gourmand scents, and it would just give a little bit of smokiness to it, and I could wear that. But Autumn Vibes, I think it has a little bit too much wood, I think. It definitely smells a little bit like soil and leaves lying on the ground, and I don't know, I think it has to grow on me a bit. I think it's just a little bit too woody for me. The next two, I have this one. It's The Scent for Her by Hugo Boss, and this one was a staple for me for years, and I actually smelled it on one of my best friends first, and I was like, what are you wearing? And it was this one. It's super delicious. It's a peachy kind of scent, but it's very feminine, and it's a kind of sexy scent, and I really like this one. I think I've gone through at least 2 bottles of this, and I think I have 2 bottles now. One is like this and the other one has only a little bit left in it. So I really like this one. It's beautiful. And then another blast from the past. Viva la Juicy. Like, who didn't have this one when they were teenagers? Oh, it's so dusty though. This one is very sweet. It's very juicy, fruity, and very juvenile. I still really like it though, but I don't really reach for it anymore, but it's nice to have in my collection. And then I have this one. I don't think I've ever heard anyone using this. It's Anais Cacharel Premier Delice. I don't know which one of these are the names. I don't know. I don't like it anymore. It's very sweet and a little bit juvenile, and it's kind of like the kind of cloying sweet. I think it's maybe like, it's reminding me of like melons and those kind of fruits, like green fruits, but it's very sweet. This one is Musk Noir Rose from Narciso Rodriguez for her, and like I bought this one used, and I bought it only because it was in a bundle and it cost me like 50 bucks together with Replica Autumn Vibes. And out of the two, this one is the one I like the most, and this one was just like coming along with the Autumn Vibes one. I had no idea how they smell, but this is like a super feminine, very sexy date night kind of perfume. It's sweet. I suppose there is some rose in it because it's called Musk Noir Rose. But it's not like super rosy like Rose Jam from Lush. It's just a very sexy date night perfume, I think. And it smells amazing on the skin. It's very sweet. It's just a beautiful perfume, honestly. Another one I've had for years is Gucci, or it's called Flora by Gucci, Gorgeous Gardenia. These have completely new bottles now. I prefer the older bottles. And I tried this earlier today and it was smelling very alcoholic, so I don't know if it's just like the oils have evaporated or something. But I used to love that perfume so much. It's very like sweet and floral and very beautiful, but I don't know, I don't love that one anymore. This one I recently acquired, maybe like not even a year ago or maybe a year ago. It's one that is supposed to be a dupe for Baccarat Rouge. This one is from Le Couvent. I don't know how to pronounce that. I think it's French. Tinhare. I'm probably like butchering this name, but I think it's very delicious. And it lasts for a long time on the skin too, so it's a really nice one. But I do have quite a few dupes for Baccarat Rouge now. Then I do have this bottle from Victoria's Secret, and it's just called Angel, and I don't know if they still sell this, but this one is so creamy and beautiful. And I think there are a lot of white florals in this one, and this one again was something I smelled on a friend of mine and I was like, oh my god, that is so good. And it wasn't as good on me, but it's still very good. So this one is definitely one I've used a lot of. It's almost empty and I would consider getting another one, I suppose, but I don't know if I can even get it now. But yeah, that is Angel from Victoria's Secret. And I do actually have a body mist. It's just a mango body mist from the Body Shop, and this one is very yummy. It's very nice, it's sweet, it's super fruity and juicy. Definitely really nice. Next up, I really want to talk about the Ariana Grande fragrances that I have. And I'll just start off with this one. It's the REM Perfume. I love the bottle on this. I think it's so beautiful. Just that the scent to me is kind of like some kind of facial wash that men would use. Aftershave, that's what I was looking for. Aftershave. It smells, I think it's just a lavender in combination with the other notes in this one. It's just a little bit too unisex for me, so I don't really see myself using this a lot. But it's a nice one. And I of course had to get Cloud from Ariana Grande, and this did not disappoint. It's very nice, it's very sweet, it's definitely got a little bit of that Baccarat Rouge scent, but I would say that this is more directed towards a younger audience. And in the beginning I was like, I absolutely love this, but now that I've had it for a few months, I'm like, it's quite generic. It's very, very nice, but it's just, I don't know, it's a little bit boring too. But in the beginning I loved it so much. And then I have the Vanilla Mod from Ariana Grande, and that's probably my favorite from hers. I don't like the bottle. It's like, what is this bottle? But it's a very sweet scent, and it reminds me so much of Kayali Silk Santal, so that's actually why I got this, because I heard it was a dupe for that one. But it's not the same, it's a little bit more, I guess it's just a little bit less complex. It's a bit softer and a bit, I don't know, a little bit more boring than Silk Santal, but it's still really, really nice and comforting, and definitely something you could just put on any kind of day and go out of the house and people will probably compliment you for how good you smell. I also picked up this one from Billie Eilish. It's the first one, and I don't know, I think it's nice. It smells a bit like cocoa and I guess it's red berries or something, and it has a kind of minty opening. But I do have Nebras from Lattafa, which is just a lot deeper, it's a lot more complex and just a lot better in my opinion. So this one is not something I would ever reach for again, because I have that other one that is just so much better. I also have Tommy Girl. I think it's Tommy Hilfiger. Yeah, I think I got this from my dad when I was like, how old was I? 14, 15. It's a very juvenile scent, but it's very strong and it's a little bit cloying. But I mean, it's very fresh too. But it's just something I feel like I would get a headache from. But I did use it a lot when I was younger, and I think this is actually maybe my sister's that I almost finished mine and then took hers because she wasn't using it. I'm not sure, but definitely not something I would reach for now. And now I'm almost done with like the regular perfumes before I go over to Lattafa, Arabian perfumes and dupe perfumes. But this one I recently got actually earlier this week. It was something I bought secondhand, and it's Burberry Goddess. And it's supposed to be a vanilla with lavender. I think it's very, very nice, but it was a lot fresher than I was expecting and a lot more feminine than I was expecting. I also have this one from Dolce & Gabbana. It's the Devotion perfume, and the bottle is just so pretty. And this one is something I bought because my cousin recommended it. She had smelled it and said I would like it because I love avocado co-wash from Lush so much, and it's a very citrusy vanilla scent. And this one is just a lot sweeter than that. It's not as fresh, so I definitely prefer the Lush one over this one, but it's still a very nice scent. It's very like sweet and something you can just throw on, and yeah, any time of the year. I think it will work nicely during summer, during winter, anytime. Another one I got very recently is just this ginger biscuit from Jo Malone, and I was a bit surprised at this one. I don't know, I was expecting something a bit sweeter, but it's definitely a lot of ginger and it smells a bit like a ginger biscuit, but I'm not sure about this one. I haven't used it more than once, so I will have to use it more before I can like say what I think about it, but I think I like it, but I don't know if I love it. Now for one of my absolute favorite perfumes, especially during winter and fall. This is Altair from Parfums de Marly, and it is such a sweet, comforting, delicious gourmand scent. It's very complex while still just being so simple. It's so odd. It's just so comfortable to wear, and I love combining this one with any other vanilla sweet gourmand scents. I could combine it with Vanilla 28 from Kayali, or I could use Nebras from Lattafa. I love that because that is so sweet and makes it a little bit more feminine. But any kind of sweet scent would just make this a little bit more feminine because this is a unisex perfume, and I would love to smell this on my partner, but I don't really think he likes scents like this, but I love it. It's definitely like top 5 I think in my collection. I really like this one. And those were all of my regular perfumes, or I guess more known perfumes. I have a lot of Arabian perfumes that I have recently acquired, but I think this video has been a bit too long, so I think I will just end this video right here and then make a part 2 with my Arabian and dupe perfumes. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. This is the first time that I make a perfume or fragrance video, so please let me know like how I can do this better. I don't really watch a lot of perfume content creators either, so I don't really know how to present different perfumes, but I definitely want to learn how to talk about perfume better, and if you have any suggestions, then leave them down below in the comment section. And I hope that this could help you see if you have the same preferences as me, because I have a lot of perfumes and hopefully you know some of them so that you can know if we have the same taste or not. Now my dogs are starting to like fight in the background here too, so I think it's time to end the video. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye!